Okay, it's going to be very simple. What I'm going to get to right now is three things. Okay, the first thing is going to be a hair trigger success, meaning whatever the opposition is trying to keep the individual from completing, okay, or whatever the opposition is trying to hinder, keep from happening, is not very hard for me to get done at this point. Okay, so what you call a hair trigger success. The next thing is going to be as far as a passport is concerned. Okay, me getting a passport, okay, is simple as me, proving that I don't have any finances, and I guess United States Citizen Services can take care of that. Okay, and I am saying this for a reason. Okay. 3, the next thing is going to be rollback. Okay. Now, the rollback itself, when it comes to rollback, okay, it's at a certain point where certain things can't roll back no matter what you do or say. Okay, it's like being at the 80-yard line or 90-yard line or the 100-yard line. The flag has already been thrown by the referee. Okay, the referee throws a flag. There's no way, even if you're not there, even if the other side isn't there, even if you guys just decide to go and spend too much time at the Gatorade stand. Okay. The fact of the matter is that flag is already at the 100-yard line, okay, whether you want to believe it or not. You could pretend the spectators could walk outside, go for a smoke, and just try to forget. It's not going to change, okay? Like I said, the referee dropped the flag at the 100-yard line, and whether the guys, just want to stand by the Gatorade stand and not get back on the field, that's their problem. That flag is there, okay? So like I said, it's what I'm saying is meant for a few years, but I'll just leave it here if somebody wants to see it. That's that. Okay. Now, the most important thing, okay, which is somewhat of I don't know how to word it, okay, but I'll just call it a zero risk loan. Okay. Like I said, previously I made reference to another communication. I made reference to an MDP, which is a manufacturer, distributor, and a publisher, okay, and the Genesis, which is the original, the origin, okay. Any intellectual property going to an MDP, okay, like I said, a manufacturer, distributor, and a publisher must be solid, must go straight to the Genesis, like a straight arrow. If not, it's a destroyed or broken arrow, and that broken arrow is not stable. Okay, that broken arrow is not assured whatsoever. So if that broken arrow is not assured, the MDP says we don't want it. Okay, that's good. Okay, now under the circumstances that even then, okay, under secondary victimization, okay, which is duress. Okay, this is the thing, secondary victimization or post victimization, any deals for rights to an intellectual property or not, especially if it's a certain crime of a certain nature, okay? Any rights or anything signed or the Hancock itself, okay, your signature is not really your signature. Your signature may not mean, it pretty much doesn't mean anything, to be honest with you. If you want to be ugly, that's that, okay? So, like I said, under due to post-victimization or secondary victimization or duress, okay, your signature means absolutely nothing, okay? So, if a deal for an intellectual property is made while under duress, secondary victimization or post-victimization, that signature means nothing, and it is a liability. It's liable, okay? The investigative authority is liable, okay, to reimburse both sides, like I said in the previous communication. Now, the same thing goes for another thing is called a zero risk loan, okay? If a bank, okay, just as easily gives a loan at an interest rate, the same thing should apply. One of them probably does apply, okay? Which means that it's what I'm getting at is very simple, okay? If you have this who are the they scenario, okay? And that who are the they scenario is running in the background, okay? The fact of the matter is, it's very written. The fact of the matter is, okay, if that Hancock, okay, is signed, okay, under duress, okay, it doesn't mean anything, but there's still a liability, okay, by the investigative authority to make sure that that money goes back to the financial institution, okay, and there's no liability by the individual, okay, meaning, so now, like I said, there's a mirrored interest rate, and there's a few different other ways. There's two or three ways. There's two or three ways. Okay, there's two or three I guess formulas or options, you could say. Okay, but a mirrored interest rate is kind of, it's not complicated, but I just don't have it in my head right now. I do have it, but I don't want to think about it. A mirrored interest rate is it's weird. It's not. It's a little bit too much talking. Like I said, there's different types of interest rates, and yes, the bank has to be reimbursed, because you have somebody now later on in court who tries to sue somebody who's under duress, who's a victim at that time, and due to somebody failing to act or inform or whatever, okay, is not intervening, can now say, look, during that time period, I was not liable for my actions. So me signing my Hancock means absolutely nothing. Me signing that paper for whatever amount of money at a certain percentage rate or interest rate, which can be who knows, okay, is not my fault, okay? Well, it doesn't matter. It's not my fault. You can't ask me anything. I'm a new person at this point, okay? From that point on, point being made is, from that point on, the liability is removed from that individual who is a victim, especially if it's a victim of a certain nature, and then it's put on the prosecuting legal, believe it or not, it's put upon the it's put upon the investigative authority. It's that simple, and they can't, and they can sue, because it shouldn't, and that's the best way to see it. So, like I said, I say this for a reason. See it the way you want, but it's still something else. Like I said, if the who or the they game continues to go on, or if there's no who or the they game in the first place, meaning there's nothing to worry about, it's just a really cool YouTube video, okay? It doesn't matter, okay? There's still a risk within business, because there's still a liability that can be claimed towards the investigative authority for not intervening at a certain point. But whether it's between an MDP, a manufacturer, distributor, or publisher, or a financial institution of some sort, a bank, a creditor, car dealership, and anything else to think of. Okay, believe it or not, it's that simple. It can be done. So, hey, it is what it is. Okay, it's a lot. I have nothing to say. Just be able to figure it out from there.